Setting up Kubernetes cluster is a very complex and tedious task, and it's always not recommended or feasible or a cost-effective way to launch Kubernetes cluster within your cloud environment. And in this video, we will see a very cost-effective way of launching Kubernetes cluster within local environment. And once you are happy with the application result within your local environment, then you can launch Kubernetes cluster in cloud and perform other type of testing required for any production deployment. In this way, you will not spend lots of money on fixing out your application issue while running your code within cloud Kubernetes environment. So before setting up any Kubernetes cluster, we just need to make sure that we have all the infrastructure components and tools available within our local environment. And Docker is one of those tools which are very critical for creating any Kubernetes cluster within your local environment. Okay? And if you haven't installed Docker in your local environment, I will provide a link in the description below where I have installed Docker from scratch within my Ubuntu environment. Okay? The next important tool is Kind. So Kind internally uses Docker for creating any Kubernetes cluster. So we need to install Kind within our environment. The third tool which is very important is kubectl. Kubectl is the command line tool for accessing Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so we would be installing Kind and we would be installing kubectl within our environment. And before starting any installation, just make sure that we have given a root access so that whenever we'll fire any sudo based command within our Jupyter Notebook, it will not ask for the password. So just go to the command prompt and run this command. I will just show you. So just run this command, and at the bottom you need to provide this statement. Okay, I have already added it here. So this is the username. So for me, the username is osbox. So that's what I have given here, followed by this statement. Once you will update this file with this detail, it will not ask for the password whenever you will run any sudo based command. Okay, so now let's start installing Kind. So you need to go to this link and you can find out the details required for installing Kind within your Ubuntu environment or Linux environment. Right, so I have taken that reference from the Kind official documentation. So just run this command followed by this statement, which will provide and execute access to this folder, and followed by this statement. Okay, so if you just look Kind official documentation, it has given all the required details for installing Kind. Okay, so I have just installed it. I will run it. So now it's done. So next we will set up a small Kubernetes cluster which will have one master node and two worker node. Right? If you remember from my previous video where I have explained in detail how Kubernetes cluster will look like, and it's a combination of master node and one or multiple worker node. Right? So here you can see that this is master node, which we also call control plane, and we have two worker node, and that's the exact setup we are using here. We are using one control plane and two worker node, right? That's the meaning of role. Okay, so we have three nodes. One node will have a role of control plane, which is the master node, and two node will be responsible for worker, where actual my application instance would be deployed, right? And I have created this file in my working directory, so you can find out this detail from here, right? So I have set up like this Kind. And next, with the help of this command, Kind create cluster, and then you need to give the name of your cluster. So I'm simply giving placement classifier, followed by the configuration file, which Kind would be using for creating any Kubernetes cluster. So Kind will use this configuration file and it will launch a two node cluster. So I will simply run this statement, and you can see it has started. creating Kubernetes cluster and it's preparing for node. So it will take some time. Now you can see that Kubernetes cluster has been created. Okay. And in order to access Kubernetes cluster, we need to connect to the Kubernetes cluster with the help of kubectl command, right? But right now kubectl hasn't been installed within my environment. So first we need to install kubectl and then only we can access Kubernetes cluster. Okay. So for that, you just need to run this command, which I have taken from the official Kubernetes documentation, and it will download the required artifacts for kubectl and it will install it within my environment. So I will be simply running this command and it will install. So now it's done. Kubectl has been installed within my environment. And with the help of kubectl, we will be able to connect to Kubernetes cluster. So in the previous step, Kind has already created Kubernetes cluster with the name this. Okay. And with the help of this command, we will be able to connect to Kubernetes cluster. So just copy this command and you need to paste it here. Paste it and we'll simply run it. Okay. So you can see it. It's up and running. Next, we will create a Kubernetes namespace where we will be deploying our machine learning API. Okay. So Kubernetes namespace is nothing but it's a way of organizing your application code, right? So by creating different namespace, you can logically separate out the different application functionality. So we'll simply run this statement where I will be creating one namespace with the name fast API -app -dev. Okay. And in subsequent video, we'll see how we can use this namespace to deploy all our application changes. Okay. Now we'll check how many nodes Kubernetes has created. So in order to check that, we need to run this command kubectl get nodes -o wide. So just run this cell. So you can see it. It contains 3 nodes. One node is responsible for control plane, which is defined as master, and the other 2 node is worker. So it has been defined as worker and worker 2, right? And here you can see the container runtime and the IP assigned to my nodes, right? So in this way, we can check how many nodes are running and which nodes are responsible for master and which nodes are responsible for worker and what are the IP address assigned to all my nodes. Okay. And if we need to delete the cluster, you just need to run this command kind delete cluster and then you need to give the name of cluster which you had initially used, this one, right? Now we have seen how easy it is to set up any Kubernetes cluster within your local environment. And in next video, we will take this Kubernetes cluster which we have created here and will deploy machine learning application within the Kubernetes environment. So that's it for now. I hope you will like this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe it. Thanks for watching my video.